1408. Isn't that the
flight?
year? Was it?
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, isn't that the year Christopher Columbus discovered America?
Yes, clearly that must have been the year Columbus discovered America.
No, I know. It's a 1408 is essentially a haunted hotel room, and when a black man tells you not to go into a haunted room, don't go. We know.
Now stop it right there, because you know what? If black men were the main characters in every horror movie, there wouldn't be a horror movie. I think Eddie Murphy did it best with, when he talked about Amityville Horror. If a black family moved into the house, get out. All right, it was nice. We're leaving. We need white people in this world so we can tell these stories, because only white people are stupid enough to go where they're told not to.
Let's not forget, though, black people, once they become white, like Eddie Murphy, star in The Haunted Mansion and don't leave either.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, hey, now, y'all called us spooks for a reason. We know what we're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to be racist here, but the Sixth Sense should have been about black people. We know we can see things that white people can't.
At the same time, though, it's like you guys are like, this place is haunted. You're like, well, are you sure? Who cares? I'm out of here. That's why you never get killed, because you don't even give it a chance.
You know what? It's the sad irony of life that the magical Negroes are the ones who truly understand the haunted houses. Here we have John Cusack, who shows up. He's a professional skeptic who goes around and writes books about haunted houses and the mood and the feel of them. And then the magical Negro enters and says, you don't want to go in that house. You don't want to go in that room.
Well, it's like in this movie, I like the magical, mystical Negro figure because he's refined. Samuel Jackson comes out in his suit. He's all dressed up real nice. He's the manager of a hotel, and he politely says, "Do not go in that fucking room."
Right. He is so cool. He lives in the refrigerator.
There is a scene in that movie.
So you saying that if it had been Will Smith instead with cotton balls glued to his face, then you would have had a problem with it?
Yeah, I would have had a problem with it. I mean, hey,
you admit it. You do not have a problem because the black man is clearly smarter than the white man in this movie, because he knows you don't go in that room. Sam Jackson is the manager of the hotel that said, you know what? I'm not letting anybody in that room. And the white guy goes, you know what? I have law on my side and you have to let me in the room. Well, let me tell you, you don't want to go in the room, son. It's not a good idea. No, I want to go in the room. You don't want to go in the room, son. It's not a very good idea. No, I want to go in there. Let me tell you about the various hundreds and hundreds of people who have died in there. No, I want to go in the room. Don't go in the fucking room. It's the evil fucking room.
Yeah, you can tell.
I'm sorry.
No, this is one of those rare moments where Samuel Jackson was real calm, didn't want to yell, but you could see sweat coming down his face because he wanted to scream so bad. Motherfucker, I said stay out that goddamn room!
Still, at the end, it seems to be clear, though, and I'm not giving anything away here, that Samuel Jackson is really captain of the good ship reverse psychology. He wants the irritatingly intellectual white guy to go in that room. The guy who goes, screw you, primitive type guy. I'm not scared of ghosts and goblins. I can handle anything. And sure enough, no, not really.
Yeah.
I swear, this sounds like that old joke with the traveling salesman and the farmer's daughter with the don't stick your dick in these holes.
Well, well, pretty much it is something like that. And, guy's told not to do something, he does it. And you're right. John Cusack is great as this cynical smartass. I mean, at the beginning of the movie, you really don't like him that much because he's just a know-it-all. He's very arrogant about it.
Yeah.
And Samuel Jackson is really cool. I mean, I'm even making fun of him. He actually did a really good job. He gave a very fine performance, and he plays it well as the logical voice of reason in this movie.
Now, this has to be said. We're talking an awful lot about Sam Jackson because, frankly, we like Sam Jackson. Sam Jackson's in about 10 minutes of this movie.
If that.
He's in the first 10 minutes of the movie, and then he goes away only to be seen in small fragments again. The rest of the movie is John Cusack alone in a room, freaking the hell out, but it's scary.
Yeah, and you're right. It's funny because you could tell Samuel Jackson was on another set, and when he had an hour for lunch, he's like, oh, I got to go shoot 1408 real quick. I'll be right back. Because he's only in about 10 minutes of the movie.
So he should just pop in and go like, I told you.
Pretty much. But you're right. Okay, you guys thought the movie was scary, and I thought that the beginning of the movie was scary. I mean, the way they just build up the room builds tension. And then as John Cusack goes into the room is so plain that you're waiting for something to happen. And when stuff starts to happen, it's very subtle and it's very scary. it's not until you get into the second half of the movie where they really start piling on the special effects, the visuals, that it becomes less subtle and becomes more visual. By that point, though, it's still you're wondering, is this all in John Cusack's head? Or are these really ghosts that are doing this?
Like maybe Samuel Jackson just slipped him some acid.
That is actually something that is brought up in the film.
Yeah, they do discuss the possibility. There's a bottle of liquor that's given to him that he goes, what if it's in there? And I, like I said, don't want to say too much, but it's a question you have to decide for yourself at some point.
Sorry, you need to talk to them.
Sorry. It's a question you have to decide for yourself at some point, whether or not he's been drugged or he's really seeing this.
Yeah, you just, in the back of your mind, you see Samuel Jackson sitting up there with a glass, like, I'm fixing to fix this motherfucker right here. Ting! But it's, no, overall, I don't think it was probably as good as you guys thought it was, but it is effective. And even when it's not scary, it is fun.
I don't want people to get the wrong impression by calling it like a ghost story, because it's not. We're used to lately ghost stories being all these J-horror, Japanese horror things that are really slow through the whole thing. And this is only a slow build at first, and it works. It's really creepy. But once that room wakes up and goes, hey, what's going on? It is just utter insane chaos from there till the end of the movie. Is the room just going, no, see, you've done it now. I'm not hiding in the corner going, boo, no, wait, I'm gone. I'm here. I'm fucking with you. It's over, but you're my bitch.
So it's like waking up with Morningwood. You know, you kind of slowly drift awake, and then it's like, oh, it's party time under the tent.
Yeah, it is funny. I mean, it got to a point where I was laughing because John Cusack really lays it on thick as being this smug cynic. And I'm not ruining anything by saying after like 5 minutes that he's in that room, that motherfucker hightails it to get out. He's like, I'm gone. I quit. I give up. And the door is locked. And then you can see that room. You can see a wall in the background like,
Should have listened to the Negro.
See him just like,
yeah.
I'm sorry, sir. There's no refunds.
Now, he says it, you know, he's talking about it being funny and being laughing, but it is actually intentionally funny. I mean, it really is meant to be that kind of visceral entertainment level. It's really a funny movie as well.
so he didn't bust through and leave a John Cusack hole shape in the wall.
He would have if he could have.
No, that was Fantastic Four.
Yeah, you're right. Had this been a cartoon or some sitcom, he would have ran through the wall. You would have seen John Cusack's shape in the wall. It is very funny.
John Cusack holding up the little sign. Oh, crap.
Yeah, as he's falling down the side of the building after he jumps out the window, looking like Wild E. Coyote. Oh shit! But no, it really is. It's a good matinee spook house movie because I mean, right now we're being flooded with these movies that all horror movies are suffering from a few things these days. They're either all from Japan, or they all have dumb teenagers in their remakes, or they're very ultra bloody and gory. And this movie's none of that. This is one of the rare movies where they do try to pile on. Let me say it again. Where they do try to pile on the psychological first, which in turn messes with your mind.
Cool.
Yeah, in many ways, it's an old school gothic horror.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first scary haunted house film in I don't know how long. I mean, it really is. It plays by all the haunted house rules, and it plays by them right. But it does enough new that it works, it's effective, and really, it's scary.
Yeah, so, yeah, I do recommend it. I'd give it a matinee.
Full price.
Full price.